So for today's class, we'll be learning how to sew a pencil short skirt, a side elastic um, pencil short skirt. So to start with, we'll be needing our accurate measurements, your round waist, your round hip, your round knee, then the full length. Then we'll also be needing um, our hip line, knee line, and that is it. So I'm working with length of 20 24 inches. That's the full length. So but because we will be adding band to the skirt, so our band will take the space of 2 inches. So I'll be removing that 2 inches from 24 inches, so we are left with 22 inches. So 22 inches plus our sewing allowance for the M. Our sewing allowance for the M is 2 inches as well. So we are back to 24 inches, and that is what I have measured here. So after getting your 24 inches, this is it, your 24 inches. After getting your 24 inches, then you add half inches above it for your sewing allowance, which you'll be using to join your band. So now let's continue. So from the waistline, we want to get our lines. So the hip line is 8 inches here. The knee line is 18 inches here. So I'll straighten up the line like this. I'll straighten it up like this. So when we are done getting our lines, then we continue with our circumference measurement. I am working with tight waist of 36 inches. So 36 inches divided by um 4, we are having 9 inches. You should um you should note it, but we won't be needing it. I just noted it there. So we'll come to our hip. I'm working with hip of 45 inches. So 45 divided by 4, it is 11 and quarter. So 11 and quarter. Then plus the sewing allowance, I'm working with 1 and quarter inch. So we have our sewing allowance 1 and quarter. Then I'll come to the knee line. Whatever you measure on the hip line, you deduct it by 1.5 inches or by 2 inches. So for this, I'll be deducting by 2 inches because I want it to be pencil. So we measured 10 inches. Remember, we measured 11 and quarter. So if I remove 2 inches from it, we'll be having 9 and quarter. So that is what I'll be measuring here, 9 and quarter. So I'll be connecting it. I'll be using this side of the ruler to connect it. So sorry, before we connect it, I will come back to this waist. Whatever measurement we have here, since we are using elastic, whatever measurement we have on the hip line is what will also transfer to the waistline. It is the elastic that will be shrinking it together. So we have 11 and quarter here. So we'll measure our 11 and quarter. Then we had our 1 and quarter sewing allowance. So I'll be connecting it now. So I'll be using a straight line here because it is straight. Then here, I'll be covering it from here. We've not added our sewing allowance to the hip line. To the hip line. So I'll be adding it 1 and quarter. So we'll connect it like this. I just hope you are seeing it properly. So whatever we have here on the knee line is what we'll be marking on the MA line as well. So on the knee line, we have all together we have 11 inches. So I'll mark 11 inches on the MA line. Then I'll bring it down. So we'll go ahead and cut it. It's just very simple. So we are done cutting the front. So this is it. Remember to notch the center, both up and down of it. So this is what we'll be using to measure the back. Cut the back, take another material, put it on fold. You can see I folded it into two. You put it on fold. Then you measure 1.5 inch from the center here. Measure 1.5 inches and rule it. So the width of this line is 1.5 for our sewing allowance. So this is the front. You just place the front, making sure you are on the line. Put the cloth on the line. The front block. Lay it properly. Make sure it is on the line. Once you are sure it is on the line, you are good to go. You can see you should not exceed that line. So here will serve as our sewing allowance. Then you trace it out. Just cut it out, following the pattern of the front. Like this. So once you are through cutting it, then you open this, the center of the back, you open it up. Remember to open it up. Then you notch it, both at the top and at the under, so that you know where you'll be stitching. Notch it. So our cutting is ready. So the only thing left for us now is to cut the band for the skirts, and then we'll be through with our cutting. So if you'll be attaching, if you're using lining, you are going to cut your lining in the same manner. The front, you cut it on fold just like this. Then the back, you cut it in the same manner like this. So I have stitched the lining and the material together, so you can see, and I've ironed it. These are the back, and why this is the front. This is the front. I did some design in front of our front block. So after you have stitched the side, you turn it inside out and you secure the top. You secure the top. You can see I just stitched like 1/4 inch just to secure it, and I hemmed the down part. So what we'll be doing next now is to arrange our back. To arrange your back. Make sure it is well placed. So this is it. This is our back. So I'll be joining the two together, just like this. At the center, we'll join it together. Remember, we have sewing allowance there, so that is what you'll be stitching together. So I'll go ahead and stitch. Then I'll be leaving 7 inches for the zip. I'll leave 7 inches from the band area from the top. I'll just leave 7 inches. 7 inches should be around here. Then I'll stitch from here. So I'll not be stitching all through because I'll be leaving slits there. So I'll be stitching from 7 inches down to the knee line. Down to the knee line, not all through. Our knee line is 18 inches. So I'll be stopping at 17 or 18 inches. After skipping 7 inches here, I'll stitch down to, let me measure it so you won't get confused. So this is it. This 7 inches. My stitching will start from here and it will be stopping at 17 inches. Here, I stop here. So this place is the slit, the hemming allowance and the slit. So before I open it up, I will trim it. to make sure they are equal. I'll trim the hemline just to make sure they are equal. So for the front, so we'll now be joining it with the front. So here is it. This is the front. So I'll place this on it. I'll place this on it and join it. So I'll be joining it on both sides. I'll join them on both sides. Make sure your center aligns with the center of the front when you are before stitching. Make sure it aligns, set it properly. So you stitch. We are going to be stitching this side now based on our sewing allowance. Remember we used 1.5 inch. So we've used 1/2 inch to turn the lining, then it remains 1 inch. So it's 1 inch we'll be taking away from this side now. Then after stitching both sides, I will be hemming the back. The hemline of the back. You know the front is settled already, so I'll be hemming the hemline of the back inside. You've seen it. See the inside. See it. So when you join yours, you should have this shape as well. What makes it pencil? It is the narrow knee line. That's what makes the skirt pencil. So if you look at it properly, you will see the shape. Like it's something like a V shape. So what we'll be doing next now is our band, because every other thing is set, so it remains the band now. For the band, remember we removed 2 inches from the skirt length. We removed 2 inches, so I've cut the band. The round waist that we'll be using, we make use of the round hip for the waist. It is the elastic that will be shrinking it. So we'll be making use of the round hip for the band as well. So by the time we put our elastic, it will shrink it to the size we want. So for the band, I measured 4 inches wide. Look at it. 4 inches. And I folded it into 2. I added them soft stay and I folded it into 2. I iron it. So the length of this is 45 inches. We are working with round hip of 44 inches plus 1 for allowance. That is 45 inches. So here is what we will be doing to get the band. I'll be fixing it from here. I'll start from here. I'll fix it from here. Just one side of the band. Then I'll fix it round. 1/2 inches. I'll pick up 1/2 inches and fix it. I'll stitch it round. It will go round and back to this place. So by the time we are back to this place, after stitching this, we'll have it like this. It's going to be like this. So by the time you've gone round, then you come back again and top stitch on it 1/2 inches. So your band will stay there permanently. We are going to be putting zip here on the zip area. This is what I'm talking about. You can see I joined it 1/2 inch to the band of the skirt and I joined it round. I've not top stitch because I need to explain how to fix the elastic to us. So I just stitch one side of it. Now, the next thing we'll be doing is to locate where we'll be putting our elastic. And what we'll be making use of is the bust pan. Your bust pan is your nipple to nipple, the space in between there. So the bust pan for this dress is 8 inches. I'm using bust pan of 8 inches. So this is the center front. Remember I told you to notch it the other time when we were cutting. So from the center front, you will measure 4 inches because your bust pan will be divided by 2. So 8 inches divided by 2 is 4 inches. So this is the bust pan of 4 here. You can see I marked it. Then another 4 on this side too. I place the tape rule at the center front. So this is it. Now that we've gotten our bust pan, I will move back by 1 inch here. And I will move back by 1 inch here as well. So rule it up. Good. So this is the bust pan for the front. Now we'll go to the back. The same thing you do to the back. The back, you start from the center back as well. So this is the back. Remember, you notched where we'll be fixing our zip. We will remove this zip allowance. So we start our measurement from there. So we'll measure 4 inches also to the right side and 4 inches also to the left side. Yep. 4 inches here. Also here, I'm searching for where I notched. Okay, 4 inches here too. So remember, you now move back by 1 inch. You roll it up. I'll move back by 1 inch here too. Then I'll make the line straight also. So, which means this center will be plain and the side will be with elastic. Now, you have to open the side to measure what you now have. This is the side seam. So, let's measure what we have there. We have 12 inches on this side seam, in the middle. So, to know the elastic you will be cutting, you remove 5 inches from it. This is 12 inches, so we'll be cutting elastic of 12 minus 5 inches. That is 7 inches. So we'll be cutting elastic of 7 inches. It's going to be 2 for both sides. So remember, we'll be top stitching. So you will be pinning your zip on this line, moving back by ½ inch. So I will not be pinning the other end. I'll be leaving it, but I'm pinning it so that I'll know where I am putting my elastic. So we'll move to the other side of the skirt. So I'll be pinning my elastic as well to one of the lines. Just pin your elastic to one of the lines, but preferably this side. All right, so now we'll go. You start stop stitching. Please listen attentively. By the time you start stop stitching, this is how you'll be top stitching. You fold this in. You remember the stitch on the other side, you pull it in, then you fold this in by ½ inch, place it on top of it to cover properly. Then you stitch. You run your stitch. You start stitching.